everyone. This is a video that's hoping to show you just a few key points about this math stats project that you guys are doing with partners. This is the basic outline. I'm hoping that this video will be good for a couple of years, so I'm not putting in a year or the point values as that may change. In fact, when you get this, you're going to want to read very carefully. This is my rough draft. Look and see if you understand everything that is included. You've got these handy little check boxes to go through it. And then at the bottom, you'll see there's a grading rubric that may be provided separately on Canvas or wherever. Again, read through that carefully so you know exactly what the expectations are. I'm going to talk you through it just a little bit. You are invited in this project to compare data, something that might influence something else or something that may correlate to something else. So these are measures that we teachers have provided for you to make your life easier. Each one of these rows could take up to an hour and a half or so to find and vet and clean up because some data is missing or it's in the wrong units. We're hoping that this will greatly speed up the process for you. So these are things that might influence something else, although there's a lot of leeway. There might be things within these two columns that you are interested in. It might be that there are things within these two columns that you're interested in comparing. You'll see these are measures of sustainability. We're trying to focus this project on things that might make our world greener and our civilization more sustainable. I also, at the very end of finding this data, found a state energy site that provided data relatively easily, but what it means and how you use it is a little bit specialized, so I put that on a separate tab here. So your job is to find something to compare to something else. Now, just as an example, I thought I would compare two things that had not much to do with sustainability because I don't want to do your project for you or influence you or take away a good idea. So this is the data that I have chosen from two columns. I'm just looking at the percent of the population that has an advanced degree. That's beyond a college bachelor's degree. I chose this data because there was a fairly wide range. Guess what? Massachusetts, we can be proud, is the most educated state in the country, all the way down to some states that are in almost the single digits for degrees beyond bachelor's degree. I'm going to explore, is it true that the more you are educated, the more likely you're going to have a higher salary? So I'm comparing this to median household income. Of course, if we went with average, it might even be more extreme because you've got some really high payers out there. But this is median income. So once you get your data and you want to make a graph out of it, it's quite straightforward. You can click only on the data if you want. You'll see that there are ways of using the headings, but I'm not going to do that at this moment because we have control over that. And then I'm going to select the lower right corner. And when you've chosen only your data, you can then go up to this icon up here, which is insert graph. Whoops, where is it? Right here, insert chart, okay? Sometimes it'll live in that toolbar up there. Sometimes you'll have to go find it like I did with the three dots there, but there's insert chart. And if I insert the chart, you'll see that I've already chosen scatter plot. And it's clever enough, I guess, that it's taken the title from above the data anyway, even though I didn't select that in my original selection. But you can see that if I wanted to, I could choose different types of charts. But we are interested in two variable data. You can see that is of no use. That's just connecting dots like in a stock market. So a scatter plot is the way you want to go on most of these. If I want to change slightly in my view of it, I can do that quite easily. That's a little bit clearer to see. Now the question is, do you think it's true that as you get more educated, your higher population, that the state average salary might go up? Well, let's check out a trend line and see how good a correlation it might be. To get a trend line, what I do is I go to Customize and then go to Series and then go down to Trend Line, okay? And you'll see the trend line appears. So it does look like essentially it is going up and rather steeply. I mean, people that are well educated are making a third more salary by median income. So that's not nothing. That'll pay for your education over the course of a career easily. Then when we go to label, we want to label using the equation. And then there's our regression equation. And here, I'm not sure why it doesn't say show R. It says show R squared. That's for you guys to learn when you get into advanced stats. So there's my R squared value. And of course, we've been talking more about the R value. So I will take the square root of that. And that is going to be a little bit more than 0.6. So this correlation coefficient R will be a little bit more than 0.6. So not too bad. It's not perfect. You might have some outliers here that skew the data. And you can make decisions about that with the help of your teacher and your partner. Okay, so once I get a chart that I'm happy with, then probably I will just take a screenshot of it. So I'm just doing that now. And there's all sorts of ways that you can customize this and tailor it and use different colors and things like that. I'll leave that to another video. But once I've taken a screenshot and I want to start my project, I'm going to go up under my new, and I'm going to do a new Google drawing to start my project, and I'm going to call this stats project, but put your name, because we will search your names actually for you and your partner, okay? And we will then be able to search and find your project. If you just put stats project, then we'll have 30 of them or something. It'll be really hard to find one versus another. Okay, so label that. You could put a year. You can put any other information that is on the rubric telling you to put in there, but make sure you have a title. Okay, so now what I want to do once I've started this is I want to go down to page setup, and page setup is going to be custom because we're making this a poster. Okay, so you can see their instructions about what the dimensions are. I'm recommending that it is 27 by 21. This will just fit in within the 28 by 22 paper that we print out on. And you'll see that if I do it like this, that this is in a landscape mode. And if I were to reverse the numbers, it would be in portrait mode. So you can change that at any time. But now that I have started, I can then take, for instance, my screenshot. I'm going to drag that, and whoop, I just clicked on it and made it big, but I want to drag it and drop it in there. And there's my screenshot, okay? So I will, using these good tools up here, I can drag out and I can put in a title, stats project, and you can see how small it is. If you can project, I can't even read it. And that's because this is 28 or 27 inches. So I'm going to go up there, highlight that, and then I'm going to just make it bigger until I see it in the size that I want. All right, so you can then make it bigger. You can choose fonts. You can put some clip art in. If I'm comparing, in this case, education versus salary, I might go, I've done this in advance. I'm going to maybe get some clip art from, some educational site to visually let somebody know as they're walking down the hallway that this is about education versus income. I'll let you get the dollar signs on your own. For you guys that are doing something related to like the solar industry or any sort of sustainability issues, we have chosen 20 states to highlight, and so I've just done a quick search of a map of USA showing outlines of states. Again, if you were to click on something like this and then take a screenshot, let's see if that's a little bit bigger. I take a screenshot of this. Whoops, I don't know why that appeared. Take a screenshot. Interesting. So Inkscape is a graphics editor, so it's wanting to make a picture of that. I'm just going to stay away from that. But I could take a screenshot of that and then drop it into my poster. Okay. So let's see, where is my project? It should be right there. And so I can drop in all sorts of clip art, and I can make sure I've gone through my checklist with my grading rubric and added all the bells and whistles and things I need to do. Okay, so one of the things that I enjoy is having a poster that tells you more than just these two variables. Okay, so suppose you wanted to show like which state is this in the upper corner? Which state is this way out here? Well, we know that's Massachusetts, and we could go to our map of the United States and color code. We could shade in the states that are in certain regions, so maybe we can draw conclusions about certain parts of the country. So if I was going to color code these dots, you'll see it's very easy. I just go up under shapes, and under shape I'm going to grab the circle, and I'm just going to make a circle like this. You hold the shift key down, and if you drag it out, you'll make only a circle. If you don't hold the shift key down, if you don't hold the shift key down, you will get an oval. Okay, like that. But by holding the shift key down, you keep it a circle. Once I've got my circle and I go back to the arrow tool, I can click on this, and then I can go up under the color, under the paint highlight color, and I can, if Massachusetts is going to be like green or something like that, I could make it be green. Whoops, why is that not green? That's because it's the highlight color. I want it to be in the bucket color. That is funny because it should be, oh, there it is. I'm sorry. There's the bucket color. So you got to go hunting around for these things. Maybe I'll make that darker green so it's really, really clear. Okay, and then I'm going to shrink this down. If I copy it though and I paste it, I could then get multiple green dots for my like New England states, and then I can shrink that down to the size I want it. If you click away from it and then go on it, you see how you get the crosshairs like that? But if I select it, then this will resize it. So to drop it, I'm going to click on it and just drag it over and put it on top of that green dot right there. Okay, so I could then make the dot larger or smaller based on the size of the state. California could be like a big red dot if California is out in the region of the country that you're shading red. So you can show the size of the data point from the state. You can show the location of the data point by putting dots on. With only 20 dots and working in partnership, it doesn't take that much longer. Okay, that's a good start. I hope that helps. Good luck, everybody.